How did I meet your man? So, my first pinned video on here is our story time on how we met. Okay, let's see. Transactions, maybe? Okay. Oh, wait, that's not gonna, hold on. All types. Withdrawal, maybe? Okay. May. Okay, let me just tell you how much I made April from TikTok. Hold on. We'll go to April. Because I don't want to do May. Because May is not completely over. So hold on. I'll calculate them both for you, okay? May is over. That's kind of funny. Sorry. Okay. So I can do May then. Well, hold on. I'll do both. Just wondered I was watching her live. Yeah, that's me. I can do May too, but this is what it is. So this is just for my live gifts from April. I did not realize it was June, bro. That's embarrassing. This was just my live gifts from April. That doesn't include TikTok Shop or my video views. Now, May was a little slower, so let me do May real quick because I didn't realize May was over already. That's not a screenshot though. What do you mean? That's a screenshot of my calculations. This is here. You can calculate it yourself if you want. From May. Since this is from China, they do it backwards. So like 410, 43, 415, 417, 424. You can calculate it yourself if you want. So, sent to PayPal. This is including the TikTok shop. But I think it's including everything else. Let me do May. This is May. But let me calculate. So this is for May, as of yet. Right now, May is still going on until tomorrow. Because that's everything I make, well, I guess today. So again, this is just for my live gifts. Everybody's always beefing. So that's just like my live gifts. And shit. I think my subscriptions and video views as well. It's not including TikTok Shop. I'm not gonna lie, I don't do great on TikTok Shop. That's what I'm saying. I can't live on that, and I know that. But I'm trying to really get my social media career to take off. But y'all also got to keep in mind my name's been dragged through the mud, and I've lost a lot of love and support from people. Is it worth the hate you receive? I don't mind the hate. It's something I genuinely enjoy doing. It's truly a passion of mine. I do want to start doing more with like the TikTok shop and everything. I do get paid on my video views, so let me see. Hold on. Video views also, I'm not even going to deny it. It's not good. Let me see. So, I've lost a lot of subscribers. So, hold on. This is the last payout, 1603 for the video views. My subscriptions, that's the total earnings, but I have 23 active subscribers at $5.99 a month. So that's overall how much I've made, but that's not like what I'll make monthly or anything. And then TikTok shop, which is like suspended right now, see? So let me, wait, when is it? 2 days, June 2nd, okay. At what time did it say? 2:53 p.m. What time did it say? 2:53 p.m. Three. But my accounts have been banned numerous times, so this was not like my original account. I'm not getting paid on other platforms, no. The only other platform I could think of is Clapper, but that one just sketches me out. I'm not the type of girl that's gonna like show my body for money or anything like that. What was March's payout? Let's see. I already showed March. This was March. That was March. Not including TikTok shop. Including everything besides TikTok shop. That's how much I made in March. That one was, where's the April? Hold on. Sorry guys, hold on. No, that was April. Hold on. Let me tell y'all March. March, I had a really good month, so let me calculate it real quick. March. I had a really good month March. Before I started losing everybody, I had a really good month on March. And that's what I calculated it out to be. If y'all don't believe me, I can show you. I have no problem showing y'all. March. Again, it's like backwards because it's Canada. So 313, 36, 315, 320, 327. And yeah. And then so why were you still doing waffles? I gotta say waffles, sorry guys. If you were making that much, because I have a shit ton of bills, shit ton of credit card debt. So like that 1654 paycheck I got paid off 2 credit cards. And I think it paid off maybe my car payment or so. I also was doing waffles to help other people as well. Did you ever stop to wonder why you have been losing all of your supporters besides blaming others? I mean, the only thing I get it. Drama's not for everybody, and I understand that, and I respect that. I think just the drama I allow in my life. But you said without blaming others. The thing is there's just a lot of lies going on around about me. There really is a lot of, like, for example, like driving intoxicated and things like that. And like the video that was posted, first of all, like, I don't think, even if you're in a relationship with somebody, like, yeah, Matthew said stuff he should have not said. But I didn't say it. I got onto him for it. And he also came on here and apologized. There was nobody that influenced my decision to not support you anymore besides your actions. Okay, and you're entitled to that. Morning, Kathy. I have been mean in the past. I really have been. I really have. And it breaks my heart that I have been. I've been a bully. I've been ugly to people. I've hurt a lot of people, and I know that. I can't take it back. I truly am trying to do better, but you also have to give me grace. Genuinely. You don't change overnight. Hell, you can hardly change in a month, you know? I truly am trying to do better with my platform. I am trying to do, less drama. But sometimes I feel like I have an obligation to you guys as my viewers. So when somebody comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, go to Kaylee's live, or oh my gosh, go to Danny's live, like, I feel like I have an obligation to stream that for you guys. And this is me being completely vulnerable and honest with you guys. Yeah, I can say no, but I feel like it's an obligation that I have for you guys as my viewers. Thank you, Angelica. That's very kind. It's like you don't care that you are losing true supporters because of your accident since being with Matt. And I genuinely just, if people don't want to stick beside me through the good, bad, and ugly, I don't want them around anyway.
I don't know. He's going through a
Always
rough
someone
time,
else's
y'all.
fault.
So
I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm
please
calling it for what
just
it is.
standing there talking. I don't know. He's
Jordan
going through
is
a rough
making up
time.
some terrible accusations about me. False allegations about me. Just hope you become the person that you want your daughter to be. I'm trying. No, I don't know what I'm having, guys. I don't have a confirmation on a pregnancy test as of right now, guys.
They weren't done.
Right, impressed, Betty. I understand. This goes back further than Jordan. It really does, but like you guys are like, oh, she doesn't get upset for losing true supporters and things like that. Jordan had nothing to do with a lot of us leaving, though. She had a lot to do with a lot of people leaving. She had a lot to do with Ellie leaving. She had a lot to do with Karen leaving. And it's just because, like, people believe he said, she said bullshit, pretty much. He left long before. I mean, and I respect that. I genuinely do. When I posted my... It's not what Ellie said tonight. I'm not too sure what Ellie said. It's okay, Ashley. Yes, Karen left. Because Ellie felt stuck in the middle between Jordan and I. She loved the both of us and wanted to be friends with the both of us. Can you talk about what happened with you and Standby? Are you talking about the false allegations that happened? Is that what you're referring to? That me blackmailing a cop or whatever? Or blackmailing Standby? Is that what you're referring to? No, Kimbo. Do you feel like you have people still that are supporting you? Have for a while? I do. Here for a while, and I have seen you grow as a person so much. Thank you, Angelica. Genuinely, I appreciate that. So the situation with Standby, he recorded while he was at some girl's house about to hook up. I am sleepy. But he had recorded that, and you could hear a little boy, in the background, calling for his mom and begging for his mom and banging on the door and screaming. And it was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking to listen to, and I still have the video, and I will absolutely not be playing it. It's a huge trigger warning. Good AM, Jennifer. And I was accused of not reporting that video, but that video has been turned into CPS against the mother. I haven't talked too much on that. All I've been saying is it's been taken care of, and it has been to the best of my ability. I turned that video over to the correct people. I ended up in the hospital one night and with a really bad panic attack, and Standby felt like he was to blame for it. And I told him, you're not to blame for my panic attack, like, it's fine. He was like, I caused you a lot of stress, because this was like after that video had come out and everything. And I had ended up going to the hospital because I was just having such a bad panic attack. So I was behind on my rent at that point in time. That was before, I was doing better than I am now, or I was doing worse than I am now, I should say. And Standby had said, like, he felt obligated to pay my ambulance bill because I ended up taking an ambulance that night. And he felt like he was obligated to pay for it. And I said, it wasn't your fault. You're not obligated. You have no obligation to pay for it. Like, it had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with that. He was like, no, like, you know how standby can be, like, very persistent. Lexi, I took a few since trying and whatnot, but I'll be fine. I don't take them nearly enough to have like withdrawals. So because it's different than before. I'm trying to explain. So you realize this is on K. Yeah, for Kai. Yeah. No, I'm aware. So he had called me, and I wasn't on live or anything. This was a private conversation between him and I, that he felt the need to pay for my ambulance bill. And I told him at that point in time I was behind on rent, and I said, honestly, the ambulance bill can wait. If you truly feel obligated to help me, I prefer for you to help me with my rent. So he sent me $100 for it. And fix my mic. I'm sorry, guys. Here, I can put you on right here. Is that better? So he had sent me $1,500 so that I could cover my rent. Instead of like the ambulance bill. And Matthew's over here asleep. So people accuse me of blackmailing, standby, and everything. Wasn't even my idea. I did turn the video in. I did turn the video in to CPS. I reported the mother to CPS for that video. I also attached that video to the email I sent. You said on live that if he didn't send the money, you would turn him in. It's on YouTube, Allie. No. And even if I did, it was sarcasm. I didn't turn him in, to be honest. I turned the mother in. Do I have copies of the email? I absolutely do, but I'm not willing to show that on here.
Ow.
Why not him?
Ow.
It's just a tough situation, y'all. I honestly don't know exactly what is said in those videos. I genuinely don't. I don't remember. It was a while back. I just can tell you what I did. The video was reported. Not even the subject, and just to clear you. You said that you was going to turn him in, and then he come back with, if you pay, don't turn me in. Yeah, he did say that. I'm sus? Okay. Melanie, it's okay. We can have respectful conversations, guys. I'm okay with it. You guys can ask your questions. Morning, Alicia. I haven't even been to sleep yet, girl. Good morning. I have no issues. I don't take anybody commenting right now as being disrespectful. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know why he recorded it, to be honest. I genuinely don't. But I love you too, Kimbo. Shit. It was just a disturbing video of essentially child neglect. But yeah, that video was triggering. That video triggered me. Don't think that just be like, I didn't blackmail him. He offered, and so there's a video of it on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, you can look me up on YouTube and everything. No, not Matthew. We're talking about Standby. Matthew's over here knocked out. You're right, he is supposed to serve and protect. I agree. Thank you, Alicia. He did fail that child, as did that mother. The information I turned over to CPS, because of course they're like, how did you get this video? Where did this video come from? I didn't lie. Talking about Standby. I told them that my friend gave them his name. So technically I turned him in too, but when you guys ask if I turned him in, I don't know if you mean the police station or not. The thing is he works for a very small police department where it's really just him. Like him and maybe one other guy. So not too long ago, so oh, really, Dixie? Yeah. I'm getting really tired, guys. Sorry. But I'm trying to make sure I answer all y'all's questions. He used to go live with you. Yeah, I mean, he'll come up here occasionally. But obviously, like, there's a lot of respect lost with him, especially after that situation. I advocate for children, I really do. And that's just not something I mess around with. But does anybody else have any questions at all before I get off? I don't really associate with him anymore, to be honest. He'll come up in my box occasionally to speak. And I'll let pretty much anybody in my box, to be honest. But as far as like him and I communicating off of the app or anything, where's the video? I have the video. It's not a video I'm willing to share. I'm sure you can find a lot of videos about me. I'm not perfect, guys. I'm really not. I know she could get in trouble for accepting the money. So I'd love to know why you think all of your true supporters left you besides blaming. I mean, I think the thing is, no matter how I answer that question, it's going to be considered me blaming people. For example, I know like the reason behind Karen leaving. She DM'd me about it. She said because the hate was just getting too much, pretty much. So there's no way for me to really go in about that without, I guess, blaming other people. Not necessarily blaming them, but exactly so because it benefited her, she hush-hushed. But I didn't hush-hush because I reported it. I don't know if y'all can call to get that that information or whatever, but y'all sure can try. I don't mind. I don't know how that works. Ooh, I'm getting really tired, y'all. Get some rest. I know I need to. But I understand, why a lot of y'all have issues with me or don't like me or whatever the case may be. I get it. I'm by no means perfect. I don't claim to be. But yeah, I mean, if y'all want to stick around and... Is everyone getting off when I just woke up? You just woke up, Danimal? Hey, Danimal. If y'all want to stick around, and I do plan on, especially with, like, the baby and everything going on with that, like... Oh, shit. Definitely, like... need to make sure I'm like stress-free and healthy and happy and everything. Did I see your last comment? I did not. Let me scroll. When a lot of my actions caused it. So the Jordan situation is just not something I should probably even discuss because I don't feel like I'm to blame in any of that situation, to be honest. You aren't stress-free when on TikTok. Yeah? Really, Danimal? Yeah, I might have gotten filtered. I think if you turned yourself around and showed that with no more drama, the hate would calm down. I'm trying, but some people just can't forget or forgive. Scared that you'll not make enough money to live off of on TikTok if the hate continues. And of course, that's a fear of mine, but I do have a pretty strong team and strong supporters that I don't think is going to go anywhere genuinely. But I'm also working on, finding like a full-time job outside. Hi.
Hi, I genuinely have a question for you.
Okay.
I followed you, because I followed Standby when he would always feed that dog on his nightly routines.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you guys became friends, I started following you. What upsets me the most about this whole situation, and I'm going to be very honest, if you're getting ready to have a child, I don't know what. First, I want to make it clear I don't know what it is about you being paid off. I haven't followed that much, but
You
it
said
does.
paid off? Oh, the like the $1,500 you're referring to.
Yeah. Now I do
Okay.
see where that looks like you were paid off. I can see that. I could see
Mm-hmm.
where it looks like that. I don't know the story. What bothers
Mm-hmm.
me is I don't care if he is an officer in a small town. He's an officer to protect and serve. What would make him, and I know I don't want you to answer this. I'm genuine, like I'm so disturbed on this. What would make him record going to see somebody for, the naughty and record a child outside the door? I'm
Yeah, I genuinely wish I had an answer to that because I don't understand it either, honestly. I don't know. I think a lot of what Standby does just doesn't make sense, and I've distanced myself significantly from him. Um, Unfortunately, I wasn't there, so
But what would make him, because he was in the boxes with you a lot. He was a big part of your lives. Was he just showing off, but it's kind of a sick way.
I
I
think I think because he would like record them doing the deed, and I don't think she was aware that he was recording her doing the deed.
That's illegal.
Yeah. Um
I'm not mad
I,
at you. I'm just,
no, I know it's an upsetting situation. It genuinely is, especially the video that, we all saw and were triggered by. Um, so I completely understand, you being upset and frustrated about that video because I am as well. Um, but sometimes I feel stuck. Sometimes I feel like it's my responsibility to literally save the entire world, and it's stressful, and I never know what to do in some instances, or the right decision or the wrong decision and things like that. So, I did report the mother to CPS. Um,
but what made you not report him? I know you said, we're both from Texas. That shit don't fly here. So
mhm,
my question for you is, what made you not report him? Now take away the small town. I don't care if he's in a town of one person. His
mhm.
job is to protect and serve, not exploit.
The thing is I feel like he would have gotten out of it, and I know that may not be an excuse on my end. I did give the information to like the CPS worker, the investigator who had contacted me. I did give the information to that as well because of course they're like, well, where'd this video come from? How is it recorded? Um, but again, in situate like I had never been faced with a situation like that before.
I get it. I get it. I see someone said that happened months ago. I don't care if it happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's still triggering. Um, Very triggering. I can see where people think that you were paid off. Now I'm standing back as just a fly on the wall. I see where people think that because it was the timing, it was convenience. Um, and I think if it would have happened before that video came out, nobody would have thought that. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I agree. I really do. It's a situation I'd never been faced with, and I didn't know what to do. And I don't really necessarily have like a support system to depend on, like, hey, what do I do in this situation? And I know the thing is, when you're in the police force, like, police officers are protected by everything. So I don't think anything would have even came out of reporting him, genuinely. Because they're gonna protect their own. They're gonna protect. I mean, they're literally protected by all by everything. Like
well,
Ellie always gets the
I
answers.
work in the bail bonds. I have a job, and I'm a bail bondsman. So that's what I do, and they are not protected. I'm only talking in the state of Texas, though. I
Mm-hmm.
see cops going to jail all the time. I don't
Yeah,
I don't know
I
where,
feel like that's not so common in a lot of areas. To be honest, Ellie didn't make him shoot. Wait, Ellie.
because the one thing that police departments do is they do the right thing. I get where you're saying it could be a small corrupt town, but there's always ways to go higher because that video exploited the child. Who in their right, and I'm talking as a person, and I got to be honest, he's put on a pedestal. I think it depends on what state you're from. I don't know. I've seen a lot of cops in jail, so um
Yeah, I mean, it happens depending on the crime, I guess. Honestly, I think in that instance, they would have automatically gone after the mom anyways, and he would have been protected truly. Um, they really try to protect their own when you like cops can get away with a lot of
Oh,
things.
I know.
I mean, the amount of cops who beat on their wives and get away with it, the amount of cops who I mean, they commit crimes all the time and get away with it.
Now, do I think in his mind he was paying you off? No, I'm talking about his mind by paying
In
your
his
rent.
mind,
Yes, I do,
I
and
think
I'm
maybe
going
in
to stand on
his
that.
mind, I mean, when we had spoke one on one, he had told me like he had felt bad that I had went to the hospital and he felt like he caused the stress and everything and he felt like he was obligated to pay for my ambulance bill. And I said, honestly, the ambulance bill can wait. I'm behind on rent. If you're insisting on paying for something, pay for my rent. But it wasn't like, oh, pay for my rent and I won't report you. It wasn't like that. Again, this was on a one-on-one conversation between him and I, not done on live whatsoever. So,
And of course,
um,
I'm of course you're going to take it. I mean, no matter what. Even if
when you're that behind on rent and you're close to getting evicted, absolutely, I felt like I had no choice but to take it.
so then if you, so now that we've said that, if you really look at the whole situation, he did pay you off. You were in a time of need.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
get you to say anything, but if you think about it from an outside person, not, yourself, I know it's hard to do because we're all human. You were in
Mhm.
a time of need, you had a video, and he had the money.
Mhm.
So basically,
Yeah. But as far as like how this got brought up is because everybody's saying like I blackmailed him, and that couldn't be further from the truth.
I don't think you blackmailed him, and I'm gonna be honest. I think he got scared because he gave you the video. He knew what you could do with the video, and of course, he's gonna say, "Let me help you with this. Let me help you with that," to save his ass. Let's be honest. He was trying to
Mhm.
save his ass. I know. I get what you're saying. I needed to come in here because I'd been sitting back watching, and I was kind of, I got to be honest, Allie, I was upset thinking, especially now that you're wanting a child. And I was the last week, I'm like, why didn't she go further up with him? Because like what he did was so wrong. But I get what you're saying. I really do. I get what you're saying. Am I saying it's right? No, I'm not saying it's right. But he's the one that needs to be held accountable.
Yeah, I think definitely not disagreeing with that. I know how protected like officers are, like for example, if you lay your hands on a public servant, including a police officer, that's like 10 years away in prison.
Correct.
Like they're very protected. Like don't even try to come at them. Like cops are very like cocky for the most part and can get away with a lot of shit. They really can. I mean, think about it. Like there's been cops who have unalived their families and they don't even get life in prison, They get 15 to 30 years. And
I get it. I'm dealing with the situation in Marlin, Texas right now, where the chief of police hired an animal control officer. It was his girlfriend's daughter, and she starved, and many dogs were found unalived. And many dogs were unalived. One was caught on video, unalived in the local shelter. And yes, it is corrupt. They're covering it up. And now we finally got interviewed by the Texas Rangers. We went up to the governor and met with Greg Abbott. So it took a long time to do that, and it was very tiring, but it can happen. You just got to know where to go. I'm so disgusted with him. And, I watched you and Petty's live. I love Petty. I really do. I followed him for a long time. I seen you get very upset. And when people get upset like that, it's because what's being said may be triggering something in them and they're thinking. I know that a lot of you were in there by yourself. I understand. But I think some things, because I was looking at your face, and I think some things that he was saying was resonating with you, and you took offense. And I hope it just opened your eyes.
Um, yeah, I mean, to be honest, when it came to Petty, he did not do proper research on me whatsoever. And I'm not even gonna disrespect the guy, but he did not know me from Adam. He was believing what Jordan, like, for example, Alex was never married, okay? I was Alex's girlfriend when he passed away. It was me. I never claimed to be married to Alex, ever. I've never been married. Never said I was married to Alex. Never would say I was married to Alex because I was not.
Do you get from a man that has served our country? I get where he was saying that you were saying that you were a military wife or girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I get how that upset him. I totally understand that.
But
And
I was a military girlfriend, not wife, girlfriend.
did anybody, were you being sarcastic ever, that anybody got a recording that you said you were a military wife?
No, a girl did come up and was talking about, how she was a military wife and like, she felt bad for me and what, it's upsetting and things like that, but I never claimed to be a military wife ever. Ever. Never have, never will. I know like the thing with Alex has a very dark sense of humor, or had a very dark sense of humor. So, as far as like the video I posted, like with Matthew and stuff, first of all, like, why would I not want to bring Matthew there, I didn't mean it in any disrespectful way. It was a joking video, like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend wants to meet my current boyfriend. Like, I meant no disrespect. There's also a rumor going around that his family has told me to stop posting videos in regards to him, which never happened. And I don't really post about him a whole lot. That was my first time back at his grave in probably a year and a half, honestly. Um, and every time I would go out there, I would enjoy posting videos there because it's just like I was posting videos with him, I'm still grieving the loss of him.
So here's my question, and I'm just summing up what you said from an outsider. I have never been in
Mhm.
your box. I have never sent you money. I've never sent you gifts. I'm
Mhm.
just a silent watcher. But you just said you hadn't visited him in a year and a half. What would make you the first time in a year and a half? And I'm asking you an honest question.
Mhm.
I'm not trying, I never want to belittle anybody. I'm not a bully.
No, you're fine.
But what would make you that after a year and a half when you go visit him to take your current boyfriend?
It was actually his idea. Um, I didn't really want to necessarily go out there because, it brings back a lot of memories and a lot of trauma. And I know like all the hate I've gotten in regards to, Alex and all the blame that I've gotten. I've been blamed time and time again, for his death. So, it was Memorial Day and it was Matthew's idea. And I Alex would want me to be happy.
Okay.
And Matthew actually went there and was talking to him, And it's like I'm also a believer, and I'm not saying necessarily that Alex sent Matthew for me, but I am a believer that your loved ones from heaven can send somebody from earth to be with you. Alex absolutely would have laughed. Absolutely did laugh at the video. That's why I posted it. It can seem first she
I
said her
get it.
ex. I
I get
said
it.
my ex wanted to meet Matt sarcastically in the video to make it humorous.
So I was just wondering, I'm just, because you said you hadn't been out there a year and a half and all of a sudden you have a new boyfriend, you're trying for a baby. Nobody knows your and your ex's relationship. Nobody but you and him. And he's not here to speak about it. You know him, we don't. We're just people watching you, watching your life,
Mm-hmm.
because it's what you chose, TikTok. You put your life on TikTok.
Absolutely.
I think you've kind of been I think some things you've done are you're going to learn from it because they weren't maybe the good choices to do, but some things I think you've been caught up in, like the standby thing. Now that I'm looking at it, he was a friend of yours. Like, what are you supposed to do? Now that I'm talking to you and you actually said that, I am, I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation, honestly. You just, I never want to ruin somebody's life, and I never want to ruin somebody's job or somebody's career.
Hey, Lex, I'm actually having a good conversation with her. Why are you telling me to stop? And how do you know how old I am? Are you serious?
What about the
I'm a,
child's life? Like I said, I know Standby just came in here. That video was reported to CPS. Child Protective Services is aware of that video, is aware of the mother's information.
I
And it
just,
wasn't, and I'm sorry, I know Standby you're in here, but I'm gonna throw you under the bus in a sense. But do you know how hard it was to get that mother's information? Standby would not give me her information. He would not.
I
He
sound
would.
old because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Y'all ruthless. That's all right.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
gonna
sorry,
laugh
my
it
chat
off.
is ruthless. But
Okay.
y'all, we are having, a respectable conversation, so please don't put any hate in the comments against, her or anything because she's just asking questions. She's trying to get a better understanding, and there's really nothing wrong with that. I have no issue with that. I never have had any issues with that.
Carmen, I'm 55. That doesn't mean I'm old. Oh my gosh. I'm a motherly figure. Jeez.
Alex would be happy for you that you were happy with Matt. Alex loves you still, Allie. I know he does. I know he does. I told this story a while back, but a lot of y'all probably haven't heard it. But, of course, when Alex first passed away, I really blamed myself, before other people started blaming me, but I really blamed myself for his death and felt like there was something I could have said or done to keep him around in a sense. And, I felt like my closure was I had a dream about him. And normally I don't remember my dreams, like this was forever ago. So normally I wouldn't remember my dreams as clearly, but I got to talk to him in the dream and I asked him, was I to blame for your death? And he said, he like chuckled and was like, no, I've had this planned out for months or for weeks, he said, for weeks. And I was like, was I the last person you wanted to see before you passed? And he said yes. But yeah, the misconception, I know I forgot to respond to a comment earlier. His family never reached out to me to stop posting him. Not his sister, not his dad, not his mom. None of his family members ever.
And you should be
Uh,
able to remember him. You should be able to go see him. Um nobody knows, your guys' relationship, you know. Hey Carmen and Lexi, if no one's told you today that they don't love you, I love you. I'm sorry you're feeling this way. You are loved. Mm. Well, instead of me just assuming things, I want to ask you directly.
And I appreciate that. And I have so much respect for people who, because I am an honest person, whether people believe that or not. So I literally have no issue if somebody wants to come up here and have a respectable conversation with me and, ask questions and stuff. I think it's best to get the answers directly from the source. Um, I have no issue with that whatsoever. If anybody ever wants to come up here or comment their questions, even if they can't come up here.
Well, that was my main reason why I wanted to come up, was because of the standby situation. I used to follow standby, and I was super. That was some triggering stuff, and anyone that's a mom knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think unless you're presented with that situation yourself, like it's just hard to know what to do, you know?
Yeah,
And again, like I said, I really couldn't get any information out of standby in regards to any information. I also don't know the police department or anything that he works for either. So, um, I mean, it wasn't that easy.
correct. You were stuck in a bad situation because he was a friend, or a friend that you thought he was a friend. I totally get it now, and that's why I came up here, because I wanted to hear it from you, and I genuinely think you answered my questions.
Well, thank you. I hope I did. And if you ever have any more questions, you can DM me or come back up here at any time.
So you keep doing what you're doing, and good luck with everything. And
Thank you.
you have a good day today.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you for coming up here.
And the two that are just totally berating me, I love you. I hope you guys have a very good day today.
Thank you. Ellie asked if people had questions. Yeah. She was being very respectful. We'll talk, appreciate honesty. I mean, genuinely, if you guys have any questions, the I love you is wild, which I love you. What? I just, I think it's. You refuse to play the wife comment. Who you're talking about, Petty? Oh, she said, I love you. I love y'all too. Why have you got some mini on this live? What do you mean? She's up now that she's got that pound town? No, I am not up now. So back to what I was trying to send. No, Rodeo, I haven't. Thank you, Dixie. I have a very, strong mindset. I have no issues. He removed your one supporter from that live. He did. No, I don't have a black eye. I'm just tired. Where's Matt? He's over here sound asleep. Yeah, the whole Petty live really rubbed me the wrong way, honestly. He had no facts. Said that I was claiming to be Alex's wife when he passed, which never once claimed to be his wife. I was never married. I've never been married. Screen record this now. I've never been married. Never claimed to be married. His current charges, I didn't know that. Allegedly, he has animal neglect charges. Thank you, Lexi. They've taken a lot of time and energy. Proving he lied, all good for you. Brandy, that's awesome. I genuinely appreciate that. They're such goals. Thank you. But I do ask, people who have come to not like me or have come to disrespect me in any which way. I do ask that maybe, yeah, Matt is sleeping, that maybe y'all stick around. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea at the beginning, but eventually, I tend to grow on people a little bit. And if you want to be on this journey, especially, once I got confirmation of my pregnancy and everything, didn't come through, no, Jazz, you might have to DM me maybe. Thank you, Lexi. Yeah, I really don't get offended at all. Yeah, I am an open book. We don't want you going down that path. Down what path? Thank you, Dixie. Which path we talking about? Thank you, Lexi. Yes, Sunflower Girl, what is your question? Are you still pregnant? Just wondering. So I don't have any confirmation of a pregnancy, like a positive pregnancy test right now, but definitely think we're pregnant. I really don't have a struggle with benzos, guys. I know y'all think I do. I really don't. I've been off my benzos since trying to conceive, and even before then, I was taking them very rarely, unless I absolutely need it. There's just so many misconceptions about me. No, Jazz Girl, it's not coming through. The last thing I would want is to give birth to a baby addicted to any sort of substance whatsoever. So, I think you can usually tell from my pupils I'm pretty okay. In fact, I stopped taking my Zoloft, even though my Zoloft is okay to take during pregnancy. The hospital visit looks like I get it may look like that, and with the hospital visits, first of all, I haven't been in the hospital in a hot minute, especially for anxiety. Second of all, anxiety, especially my anxiety, literally makes me feel like I'm dying. Literally makes me think that I'm having a heart attack or I'm having a stroke. And when you're having a bad panic attack, you literally feel like you're dying. You feel like it's an emergency, a 911 emergency. You're not trying to waste resources or anything like that. Sometimes I genuinely just don't know what to do to calm my anxiety down. And my anxiety has honestly improved a lot, especially since Matt being in the picture. It's not about getting the substance, it's about getting the relief from the anxiety attack. So, yeah, the anxiety's just been, it's been a lot better. It's been a lot better now. It really has been. I've been trying to improve, my water intake. I have to drink 90 ounces of water. Never seen you high ever. I've never been high. I've never done an illegal substance a day in my life. But I think I am going to hop off for the night if nobody else has any questions. If you are 5 months pregnant and he doesn't hang around, how will you handle anxiety? I'll speak to my doctor. I know Zoloft is safe for pregnancy because I took it my first pregnancy. Well, I ended up getting off everything, but my doctor had told me, my OBGYN had told me that Zoloft was safe to take during pregnancy. But I wanted to be off everything. I didn't want to take any medications during my pregnancy. When you were with Bumble Girl and sat in your passenger seat, that was me being drunk, which is not a legal substance if you're 21 years or older. And I had taken one hit of like a weed pen, and I didn't even know it was a weed pen, to be honest, at first. So I guess if you want to count that, you can count that. Question, why did you humiliate him last night with drawing? I didn't think that would humiliate him, to be honest. I thought it was funny, and I thought he would think it was funny as well. I know how to get Sharpie off really easily with rubbing alcohol, so I knew it wouldn't have been on long. How big is the spot on my sheets now? Oh, there's not a spot. We didn't use pre-seed this last time. But, alright, y'all. I gotta get up and pee again. So, oh, shit. I think maybe taking some of your private life off the app will help to people. Yeah, I think I'm definitely... Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna do that. Be a little more private. But I really do like sharing my life with you guys. Despite all the hate really doesn't get to me. It really doesn't bother me because, again, it's all lies. Maybe if it was the truth they were telling, maybe I'd be affected a little more, but But I love y'all. I'm gonna get some sleep. I hope everybody has a good night or day, depending on which you're starting.